What is the best framework to heal from childhood sexual trauma? Well, there are many frameworks that exist, but what I have found to be a very efficient framework for me and my clients is the combination of three things: spirituality, body work, and deep inner work. These three things together, I'm going to explain to you what that means and why it's so important to have them and to do them. And I will also explain why all the three combined create a synergy, a healing synergy in your life, and how efficient it is for your healing. So the first is deep inner work. And what that is we need to understand how the mind functions, how the human mind and ego functions, and how shadows are formed within us, and how to resolve them. If we don't have the proper information, if we don't have the proper understanding of what's the resolution of shadow and how to resolve them, then we cannot heal properly. And most people, they go to therapy, but they don't actually know what they're doing. They don't know how all of this functions, right? And so if we want to heal efficiently, we need to understand, for example, that some types of issues are to be let go of. Some types of issues are to be reowned. Some types of issues are to be reunited internally. Like there are different ways of healing different issues, right? So I'll give you an example. Um, if you feel shame, you can spend years trying to feel your shame and welcome your shame so that you can heal from it. But that's a mistake because what shame is when you have gone through childhood sexual abuse, that the shame doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the abuser. And so if you spend your whole time trying to welcome the shame and really feel into it and embrace it, well, that's good, but like you don't need to do that. You just need to send back the shame to the abuser instead and see, recontextualize and see that it's not actually you. It's not coming from you. There's no point in doing that. And so these kind of little tricks can avoid um, years of struggle where you don't have the proper information, so you don't have the proper technique, so you don't have the proper healing. Okay, so that's the first part. The second thing is body work. This is so important. We need to integrate body work in our practices and in our healing because you can go through therapy week after week, but if in between you don't have a proper practice, body practice, well, you're not going to heal very fast. You will have to wait each therapy session to actually move forward. Instead, what we want to do is to have a daily body practice so that we can release the trauma out of the body. We can heal from the core of our body because truly what sexual trauma is, it's a bodily trauma. If we don't integrate the body, how are we supposed to heal? We cannot heal only at the psychological level. We also need to release from the body, physically, emotionally. We need to make it shake. We need to make it move. We need to express out the emotions. And we need to put all of that in place, right? So, what I like to do with my clients is that I lead them to a psychological insight. Then I give them exercises so that they can process what they understood with me on the body and mind level so that we reunite the two. And now they have the insight, but now they process it. They integrate it deeper through body work. Okay. And the third thing is spirituality. And this is also key because if you don't integrate spirituality in your framework of healing, then you can get stuck for so long. Because, for example, I'll give you a short example so that you can understand. The ego is very good at feeling special because of its suffering. So that means is that maybe for you, sometimes even though you're suffering a lot, you feel quite special about it. You feel like this is so special, it's a special story. And in a way, your story is unique and it has a lot of value, but it doesn't make you a special person. And if you don't understand that, then you're going to get stuck in your suffering for years because you don't see that you're actually making yourself suffer because you try to feel special. So that's an example. And that's where spirituality comes in, where it can show us a way of living where we can learn to be aware of this ego pitfalls and learn how to live from a place of consciousness, presence, so that we can see our problem consciously, work on them consciously, and bring the unconscious to the conscious, so that we can have this higher perspective on the trauma. And instead of healing from a place of, I am a person that wants to be a better person, we heal from a place of I am life itself, and I'm gonna heal from the perspective of life. I'm gonna let life heal through the person that I am, if that makes sense. So it's a different perspective. It's we get in touch with our deepest essence, our deepest freedom and infinity, so that from that place we can heal, which gives a lot of space, which gives a lot of clarity, because now we're approaching life from another angle. We're actually using our healing as an opportunity to wake up to a more true life and a more connected life. And these three things, deep inner work, body work, and spirituality combined, is amazing because you create a virtuous, sorry for my accent, circle where everything you're doing is actually making you move forward. So, for example, you have the deep inner work, you actually know what you're doing. You're leading yourself because you have the information and you know how shadow works. You go deep internally. From that place, you have an insight that you can process with body work. And with the help of spirituality, you don't fall in the traps of the ego, and you're making your healing conscious healing, which means you're growing from it as a human. Okay. And so these three combined is creating this perfect synergy where you cannot not progress because you if you're stuck, you can do body work to process the stuckness inside. You can use spirituality if you need to change your perspective, or you can use deep inner work if you need to go deep within and understand something about you. So these three combined at the same time, you are absolutely sure that each step forward is actually making you heal. Okay? Because let's take an example of someone who doesn't do all of these three. Let's take an example of someone who is going through therapy, is interested by spirituality, but is not doing any body work. What will happen? Then this person will have nice insight with therapy, and spirituality will help them, but the body will stay stuck. The body will keep the emotional charge. The body will keep all the beliefs and information stored in the body. And so, because of that, it will take longer to heal because the body itself will not heal. And so, because if it will keep the informations and the beliefs, it will re emerge. It will come back. The problems will come back. So, yeah, that's what I think is the best framework. Um, and I didn't really find anything better for now. If you know something, just hit me up. And that's what I'm trying to do with this channel. I will try to combine the three and mix spirituality with inner work with body exercises so that each video that you have can help you move forward and has value to it. Okay? So good luck. And if you want, you can also join the free WhatsApp group that I have. It's free. I give tailored guidance. You can ask me anything. I give exercises. I guide people spiritually. And it's amazing. Good synergy, good collective healing. And yeah, just click in the on the link in the description if you want that. See you next time.